How's it going, everyone? My name is Matt Sherman. I'm the founder of Seed Scout, and in this video, we're talking about all things pre-seed and seed round dynamics, when you should raise a pre-seed, when you should raise a seed, and when you shouldn't raise anything at all. So to start off, I'll tell you, in general, this is not, absolute. There are exceptions. But in general, I think most investors in Silicon Valley who are actively writing checks in the pre-seed realm are writing checks into founders they trust, teams that are impressive, and big old visions. They're not really investing in companies yet. They're not really investing too often in companies with revenue or a full product built or a massive team. Generally, it's before that. It's pre the seed. It's earlier. And because of this dynamic, oftentimes, not always, but often, pre-seed usually goes to people that these investors trust. Because how could you back someone that hasn't built anything unless you trust them, right? And trust that they're going to build something in the future. Now, seed round is a little different. Seed round is a much larger round, on average, maybe $1 to $4 million in capital. And this goes to really investing in companies, not necessarily founders. Sometimes it's founders, but usually it's companies. Usually when you raise a seed round, you have already built a product. You already have customers. You already have validation. You're already growing your revenue. And you raise your seed round to get to Series A, which is Series A metrics, which is, 1.5 to 2 million ARR. In the next 1.5 to 2 years, ideally. Okay, so pre-seed is for exploring. Seed is kind of your when your clock starts for your Series A. If you're going down the venture path, which if you're raising a seed round, you are. Now, oftentimes I find founders, they have a little traction, they have a product built, they go out and raise a pre-seed. They say, I've never raised $2 million before. That sounds like a high bar to clear, so I'm going to go out and I'm going to raise a $500,000 pre-seed. But what they find is when they talk to these pre-seed investors, the pattern recognition is off, because pre-seed investors often, again, not always, but often are investing in people with nothing, no traction, no product, just a team and an idea. So when a team comes in with attraction, with product, with actual validation, it's not that they're bad investments, it's that they're off the pattern match. So they're not traditional for pre-seed. But I know why you're raising pre-seed, because raising $2 or $3 million is a lot more daunting than raising $250,000 or $500,000. So that's why these founders are starting to raise the pre-seed. But there's a difference in pattern matching where they're competing with really bright teams, really great ideas who haven't done anything. And oftentimes in this scenario, founders that have accomplished a lot but aren't able to raise a pre-seed of 250, 500, a million are frustrated. They say, oh my gosh, this isn't fair. I've done this. I've gotten revenue. I built a product. I built a team, but I can't attract capital. What's going on? When in reality, it's not that they can't attract capital. It's that they're trying to raise the wrong round. If they've already de-risked some of those elements of the company, they should actually be raising a seed round, which means being more ambitious with what you want for capital. Instead of raising 250 to 500K, you've already de-risked what that capital would do. So you should now raise $1 to $3 million for a seed round. Okay. And this is something that's confusing, because a lot of founders are like, oh, I've never raised money before. I can't raise that kind of money. I got to start off with pre-seed, which I understand and respect. But there's this confusion when if they raise a pre-seed, those investors don't want to invest, and then they don't seem ambitious enough for seed investors, and then they're kind of stuck in the middle and they end up giving up. So the point of the story here is you have to raise money based on how much you've already de-risked for your company. Okay, if you've de-risked nothing and you have a great team, a great vision, you can pitch VCs that, and you may find that many of them will invest in you. If you've already made a lot of progress, you can pitch pre-seed VCs. You can, but you may find that there's a pattern recognition difference. And what I would rather probably have you do is increase your ambition a little bit. And instead of saying, oh, we're just exploring, we're just seeing what's going on. I would raise $1 to $3 million and start that timer to Series A. Raise the $1 to $3 million and say, hey, we have a product. We have a company. It's working. And we are confident based on these distribution channels that we can scale it to this number in this time frame. So you should give us $2 million so we can prove out that thesis. Or maybe we're wrong, but we won't know unless you invest. I think that's a lot more compelling pitch. Summary is, if you're raising a pre-seed, make sure you are pre-seed risk profile. If you're raising a seed, make sure your seed risk profile. And if you're not able to attract the capital you think you deserve, it may not be you, it may be the round that you're targeting. I hope this video is helpful. If you need help meeting investors, you should check out my platform, seedscout.com. We have over 800 investors on there that you can meet. And if you have any questions about anything in this video, drop a comment below or shoot me an email at matt@seedscout.com. Thanks for listening, and I'm excited for you to watch the next episode. Thanks for watching.